Thank you very much for inviting me here today. Well, on a serious note, NEBOSH is very, very special to me. It is the catalyst of my career, and I've been asked here to talk about how NEBOSH works in the corporate world. But before that, I'd like to tell you my story, because it is part of how I've got to in a corporate position through NEBOSH. There were 3 milestones in my career, and they all have a connection with NEBOSH in what occurred. I go back now 28 years, when I was 2 years old. No, sorry, 23. And I was working for London Underground, and in those days, the safety role wasn't really a full-time role. It was, you were doing one role and you would do the safety role. And I was, in 1991, I was working for London Underground on the Northern Line OPO project. I always remember it. And my boss said to me, "Steve, you are now responsible for safety." So very little, the only training that I had was from London Underground. And they put me on a NEBOSH course. I did my NEBOSH at Lambeth College, and in those days they weren't working to the working time regulative, because I was doing nights and then going to do the course. And I had 2 weeks, and I understood about explain, list, describe. But there is a way of doing it, and it's the right way. So when that frustrated me at the start, but now it's part of my vocabulary. That first time, when I got to the end, I failed. I was disappointed, and that was my first milestone of turning around and saying, do I really want to do this safety full time, or do I not? But I went back. The tutor at the time, he helped me get through. He let me understand, describe. He helped me get through, and I passed with flying colours. So that was my first milestone, when NEBOSH was part of my career. And after that, up until 2004, I had a fantastic career in the UK. And then my next milestone is 2004, I arrive in the UAE, in Dubai. And my job was working for Parsons Brinckerhoff, and I was the head of safety for the Palm Jumeirah, which was the man-made island in the sea. So I usually find out when I've ever been in a country, when I'm traveling to my job on the very, very first day, I get an understanding of how hard my job is going to be. 2 days in, I walk around and I see people that have got flip-flops on, they've got no hats. And I've just come from the UK, where the legislation is really tough. As you said, that it's really tough over there. So in my first committee meeting, I turned around and I said, you need to get these guys shoes, at least shoes, okay? So I forced them to buy the shoes. And they had 2,000 people there, so they bought 2,000 pairs of shoes, okay? So gave them the shoes. They stood out all in front of me in brand new shoes, brand new overalls, helmet. They looked fantastic. In 2005, we held our first NEBOSH course up in Taisei's offices on the crown of the Palm Jumeirah. And what we did, there was 30,000 people working on that project. So what we did is we made sure that all the project managers and all the safety managers went on the NEBOSH International General Certificate. That was my second milestone. I almost went home, and I didn't, and NEBOSH helped me out. My third milestone was here in India. I arrived in India 5 years ago, and as I quite rightly said, I said, my first travel to the office tells me how difficult my job's going to be. So I went into L&T, and I've worked here for 5 years, and I can say that the culture here, although it may not be as mature as some companies, it's there. Okay, we're doing that. We're doing NEBOSH. We're doing IOSH. We're doing all the qualifications. We're trying to get the competence levels up on our people. Okay, so that's where I am in regards in regard NEBOSH and my personal experience. Because without NEBOSH, I wouldn't have been able to go through those gateways in my career, and I'm standing here talking to you now. So if I can do it, anyone can do it. It's very. Thank you. It's also very, very important to understand that the NEBOSH General Certificate is not a safety qualification for safety people. It's a safety qualification that needs to be driven from the top down. That means that the people that run the organizations, that hold the budget of organizations, need to be competent in safety also. And that's something I'm driving through, and I've knocked those doors down within L&T. In my projects, 5% of the workforce are safety people. So if you take that attitude where the safety man is responsible, that means you've got 95% of the other people running around not caring about safety. So it's very, very important that this is not just a safety qualification for safety people. Now, how does this affect and how does this support the corporate values of any organization? Well, I can say that investing in your people and investing and showing potential clients at tenders that you have a benchmark safety educational program within your organization is very, very important. So not only does it make sure that you can actually do the job safely and in a correct manner, it also tells people outside, stakeholders, potential clients, that you are running at that level of training within your organization. At the end of the day, it is our job as business people to make sure that we don't have accidents. Okay, we have a moral duty, we have a legal duty, and by the way, accidents cost money. It impacts on our profits. And we are here to make profit at the end of the day, but safely. Finally, I'd like to say that for me, NEBOSH is not a British thing. Everywhere I've gone, Hong Kong, Seoul, Korea, all the way up to Australia, I see NEBOSH everywhere. I can't get rid of them. They're here. And you've got a fantastic person here in Stuart who's been driving. I've known Stuart a very long time. We're saying a long time. Every time we go to a conference, I'm bouncing into him. It is the way forward. It's not the only qualification out there, and it's not the magic pill. It doesn't mean if you take a NEBOSH course that you'll all of a sudden become a fantastic safety manager. But what it does is the catalyst for improving your managerial skills, not just in safety, in quality, on finance. It's all connected. So with that, I mean, I came here today. As I say, I could be on my way to Malaysia right now, but I felt it important to tell you, share you my experiences and how important it is in business that NEBOSH and organisations like yourself that are in partnership with NEBOSH are driving this through. Thank you very much.